Okay, it's close enough to 6:30. I call this meeting to order. Let me find my agenda. I have no chairman's comments tonight. I do have to admit more people. I think we should have we should delegate a mouse clicker out there that can see what's going on behind me. Okay, any public comment tonight? Oh, we're off to a great start so far. What's going on with background check?
We get the final draft. I'll be at the library the next meeting.
Okay. Alarm system vendors, we
We went over that earlier.
Yeah.
I have some quotes. I gotta get the apples to apples from Monadnock, and then we can make a decision as to which way we're going.
flag policy update. I have the flag policy. It's one short paragraph and I didn't send it to Carol in time. So we'll approve that next meeting or discuss it next meeting. It is very short. It just says basically no flags other than state or town, period. Cost of living policy update. It occurred to me after we approved that, didn't we have in the past, if somebody has gotten a raise in the last 12 months, do they still get the cost of living?
No, there was generally, if you got a performance bonus or were kicked up during that year, you would not get that
Right,
3%
salary
during that
increase,
year.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we didn't put that in our policy. So I would like to move to amend. Let's wait till next meeting, so I'll have the actual wording in front of me. But we need to add to the one that says you're only eligible after 12 months, as long as you have not had a pay increase in that prior 12 months. We'll add that next time. Investment policy update. Heard nothing. Dougie Guy.
I've been trying to get a hold of Dougie Guy so we can do the inspection. I have not been able to get several phone calls and text messages. So I asked Carol to draft a letter for us to sign. So I'm going to motion that we signed a letter to him that he needs to contact us to make arrangements so that we can get this inspection done.
I'll second that motion. All in favor? Aye. So what's his deadline?
You got to
there.
use the microphone.
Ken, when you're visiting those sites, what specifically are you looking for?
We have a map that we have to go by. And what we do is we make sure that there's nothing leaking under anything. No puddles, no lumps, no bumps, no stuff not where it's supposed to, where it's not supposed to be. It's clearly defined in the map where he can have cars and where he cannot have cars. So we check all of those spots throughout the property and make sure that he's only using what he asked for to begin with.
Right. We also check to make sure that it's still screened from public view. So it's leakage, being where it's supposed to be, and screening.
And then as I understand the junkyard regs, all of those pieces of whatever they might be, cars or equipment, they have to be drained. Are you able to check to make sure that those are all drained as well?
No, well, we don't check to see if they're drained or not, but that's supposed to be common practice for him. He is supposed to make sure that that gets done. We look for anything that's obvious that didn't get drained or is leaching into the ground.
Who is checking on his best practices if you're not?
I also believe the DES comes down once a month to make sure he's put
No.
all the oils and stuff.
Okay, I've had conversations with the DES and they do not come down once a month with absolute certainty. And they rarely come even once a year. So that's the reason for my question. So really, we don't know if there are fluids
Still in.
those.
Well, I have
pieces.
no way to check. I mean, I can't,
Right.
go on and pull plug on a motor that's sitting on the ground and see if there's oil in it.
Right.
To have all the oil then pour out on the ground if
No,
there is oil
We
in it.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
He has to have all that stuff drained and done before it goes anywhere from his property anyway. So if he's going to take some salvage cars that he has and get rid of them to the crusher, all that stuff has to be
Has
done,
to be done.
or they won't take it.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay, town common bench removal. I think we need to just make sure we're all on the same page on this. Because we received a letter complaining vociferously about moving the bench that was out there for years. It was apparently authorized back in the 90s, it appears. However, a new select board is not bound by what an older select board did. A number of people came up and talked to me over the past 2 weeks. And the general argument has been, if you allow one bench, then how can you not allow other benches? So don't allow any benches. Do we want to stick with this, what we're doing, no benches?
Could I make a comment?
Yes,
I think because Mrs. Longo's bench has been there for so long and it was approved by a prior select board, I would like to see that grandfathered in and left there.
okay, that's a change from last time. Ken, you got any? I don't care one way or the other personally. I'll support
So
either position.
my issue with this is that if we do this, we must have a policy that says that one can stay. And how do we get other benches on the common, or do we get other benches on the common?
Right, exactly. That is
Kind of like
important.
the flag policy that we have now, so
Right.
we're gonna have to incorporate that with this. That bench has been there since I've been doing Harvest Festival, which is quite a few years now.
Yeah,
I think around 1995.
yeah, mid-90s, mid-90s.
It's been there quite some time, and I really don't have an issue. I did not know her personally, but I understand that when a family puts a bench or a plaque or a monument there, they expect it to be there. I'm not one to go about and around to make any hard feelings for the community or what she stood for. I just want to make that perfectly clear. That was not our intention. Our intention was the possibility of everybody trying to put a bench for their family on the common. And then pretty soon we would have no room on the common to be on the common.
Right, so I think what we can do, hopefully, Gail, you can talk in a second here, and anybody can talk in a second. All right, fine, we can grandfather that one. We need to state that a policy will be developed. And we should also anticipate a warrant article. If we don't get this sorted out, I would anticipate a warrant article next town meeting. But that one has to set some rules too. We have to have rules because there's a limited amount of space out there. So anyway, now public comment, Gail.
Well, I agree that you should leave the Longo bench there. She was a very prominent person. I believe that the select board at the time approved it, that it would be there. Now, George, what I object to is your statement that only monuments to veterans should be on the common. I appreciate what veterans have done for us, for this country, for our town, but there has to be a way that a town can say, we acknowledge other people. It's not up to you to say, or the board, I think, to say only veterans monuments should be there. I think we need to have the town possibly discuss this at our next March town meeting and develop some criteria. I think that would be the smart thing to do. Thank you.
Okay, so along those lines, Gail, we will go ahead, I suspect, and grandfather that bench
You should.
and then put a moratorium in place until this is resolved next year.
Fine.
Okay. Any other comments? All right, so do we want to grandfather that bench? I'll make a motion that it be allowed to remain.
George, you okay with that?
Yes.
that a second?
Second,
All in favor?
With the proviso that there is now a moratorium until we develop rules around the placement of other benches. Okay. Gee, that was not nearly as contentious as I thought it was going to be. Town common curbing quotes, Kent had quotes. Do you want me to just say it or do you want to talk? $5,500, Greeley Landscaping, who probably some of you have used, will do professional installation of 70 feet, 75 feet of curbing out there. And we've already authorized that. When are they going to do it? You know? Connie, go ahead. Yes, microphone. There's one there. Turn it on.
Turn it on.
Last time, will there be right angles to keep people from parking on the corner? Will there be right angles to the curbing so that people don't just drift off and park on the corner where you're putting the curbing? Is that what you said? Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else on this? Gail?
I didn't hear how we're paying for this. How's it being paid for?
ARPA.
What?
That is something we already committed to doing under ARPA
Have you?
at a
Okay.
prior meeting. Cam, you here? Yes, Harvest Festival.
Greetings. I'm here tonight. I want to make very clear. I'm speaking for myself and I don't represent any other interest, special or otherwise. I'm here to talk about the Harvest Festival, and this is addressed to the selectmen and also the fire department who have a big input there. My suggestions would be that some spaces for handicap parking near the main entrance, which is at the north, be marked. Because that's the only place a person could get in with a walker. Ken, I have this all in writing I'm going to give to you.
Yeah,
So
I'm
I
just
make
making
notes.
notes so I can explain
Oh, okay,
what
good.
we do for anybody that is handicapped that shows up that wants to come to the festival.
Got it.
We
Um,
have that under control.
Yeah, it's the only place where you can get in with a wheelchair or a walker, et cetera, et cetera. And I thought that and the other four entrances should be visible, just the way exits in public buildings are visible. It's an enclosure. You know, it doesn't seem like an enclosure, but it's a gate, it's a fence, it's a gate. And in something, if things happen, it would be nice that people know how to get out of there. And, you know, except for the 5 openings, the fence is difficult to exit. And the festival is more popular every year with larger crowds in attendance. My next suggestion, everybody's going to hate me for, no pets of any kind. Many dogs' noses are the same level as the noses of toddlers and small children. Packing them in together underfoot in a confined area on a hot day with a crowd is risky and unnecessary. Dogs don't need to be there. Kids do. Also, there are often farm animals in pens. They should not have to endure the company of dog guests, even if they're not scared. All fairs exclude dogs and other pets. The experience is not beneficial to dogs or other pets and poses an unnecessary risk and nuisance. And any notice forbidding dogs should include the rule that they not be left in parked cars while the owners are visiting the festival. Very little temperature increase is needed to damage or kill a dog, even with an open window. And finally, because I didn't say anything about the benches, I had something to say. One thing is, apropos the one which is going to stay, an error in movement does not make a precedent. So there's really no problem with that. But I just said, how about a bench or two among the birch trees north of the common enclosure, nice shady place to rest, or even a bench at the east end of the property under the big tree. A nice granite bench is an expensive asset and should be purposed accordingly.
Just to address the handicap thing, we have the police officers over here when we close the road off. And down the other end as well. They know that if anybody asks them, we get them a place to park. And we have them all set. As far as openings, I don't know what we could do. It's not like this building where we can put a little sign up by every doorway. I don't know how you would do that. We always make sure that they're not out in front. And the pets thing, since I've taken it over with the fire department, we've never had any issues with any pets at all. And for one, I mean, unless this board tells me otherwise, I'm not going to honor that. Pets are part of a family and it's a family event as far as I'm concerned. We do have, how many of those white benches? We have 4 of them. So we have 4 big white benches that we put out around the common so people have a place to sit. We do that every Harvest Festival.
Yeah, permanent benches. Permanent benches, yeah. Okay. All right, the only thing coming up next is a bunch of permits. So are you guys here for the permit? No, you're just visiting, okay.
Number 11.
11. Oh, well, good, you're up next. Oh, the culvert issue, okay, that's not a
Which one
permit.
is it?
Okay, number 11. Levesque Culvert Road issue. Do you want to address that? Okay, microphone, please. Up to you. State your name.
Is that on? No.
No, switch
There's
it
a
on.
Switch right in the middle. I don't know why everybody keeps turning it off.
Christine wasn't up there. Yeah, it's
Yep,
just a little
you
slide
should-
switch.
Green light should come on.
Other way.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Oh, it's
Think you
red.
got
I
it.
don't know what that means.
Red means the battery's dead or low. See,
Let's sing a song.
speak loudly.
Speak loudly. I can be very.
Yeah, use that one. There's another one over there.
Okay.
Yeah, there you
So how do we begin this? We've been having issues with the road agent for probably about a year or so. My husband has actually gone up to him and asked him to not plow snow in front of our, we live on a hill. Yeah, and I don't, it's on a corner and we have a hill that comes down.
Plaza one direction.
Microphone. No.
I understand that the plaza one directional, but I think he needs to watch his guys better, because when Tim Fisk was doing it,
We never had an issue.
they would come down and then he would back up and do a little pass. But these guys, I think they get off on this. They just come around and they just bury us. And then they leave.
Yeah, and then we
And-
have 8-foot berm of snow.
Well, it's-
You have to go out there.
It's
and
not 2 feet. Sometimes it's huge.
Can be pretty.
Sometimes it's 5
It
feet.
depends on,
Yeah.
it depends on the snowfall.
Yeah.
But
So that's how.
you
it
guys-
started.
You
anyway,
guys need to be like 6 inches away from that mic, because the people that are online can't hear you.
Yeah.
anyway, the reason why we are here though is
Yeah, a little closer, please.
um,
Yeah. that's it.
we again, when Mr. Fisk was in charge,
We never had, we've been
we
here. for
we
20
didn't have
years.
issues with our driveway washing out. I don't know what he did differently, but our driveway didn't wash out. Since the new guy got on, our driveway washes out. So
Oh.
I approached him and asked him if we could put a culvert in, if it would help. He said, you buy the pipe, I'll put it in. Perfect. He puts it in. The thing didn't even last a year. The thing's full, it's not working.
It's full of sediment.
And he's telling us that we need to clean it ourselves.
Yeah. So we have to
This,
go out there with a shovel.
may I approach? I mean, this is from the road. Oh, the settlement coming down the road.
Oh, washes down the road into the
Oh,
culvert.
it's-
Yeah.
I
okay.
can't maintain this. This is not my doing.
Hmm.
I'll clean the leaves.
In which we have, Steve came up to us and said, you need to clean the leaves out, and we had no problem doing that. My husband went out, cleaned the leaves, but this is sediment. Now it's failed. It's full of dirt. And we were told last week, when I called town hall, because I was very upset, we were told to clean it, that he wasn't coming over to fix it.
Hmm.
So that's why we're here.
Okay, we have a couple of issues here.
Yep, okay.
Ken, do you want to tell us what's going on your side of this?
Well, as far as the snow plowing and maintenance, the same person, the same truck has been doing that road for 15 years. So I don't know what to tell you about the snow. We just do the same thing every year. And when Tim was here, the same crew was here. There's no difference. I did the favor that I shouldn't have done and put a culvert in for them and told them to maintain it themselves, and they didn't. It lasted a year, which they would without maintenance, and now it's full. I can't touch it because I'm not allowed to touch. The town doesn't own property. You do. The town does not own property. We have a right of way, but your property is everything in that area.
You can't, I understand your frustration and I know where you're going, but you gotta have a microphone because nobody online can hear you.
How would you like to resolve this?
We initially went to them because our driveway was washing out. I talked to Steve, or did you talk to Steve? Yeah, and Steve said, hey, no problem. We'll put a culvert in for you. You guys buy the pipe and we'll do it. I said, oh, great.
Use microphone.
When somebody on site does a culvert or any drainage, they usually use rock, riprap, anything. They didn't do any of that. They just dug a trench, put the pipe in, off they went, which is typical, but again, it didn't even last over a year. I'm not gonna maintain your road.
The road is the issue because it's not being maintained properly. You know how they're going around and they're putting all the rocks on the side? I haven't seen that on my road. It's like my road is like the last road that gets remembered. Yeah, so that is all coming down, falling into the culvert and washing dirt and sediment. Now it's just going over that dirt and sediment and washing into my driveway again. So, and when we asked, we have a personal friend who is working for the town, and we asked him, is he going to come over and fix it, fix the road? And when I saw him last week, he said, no, he's not coming. And I was like, what? Okay, so now this is my issue. This road issue is my issue. It shouldn't, I'm a taxpayer. I shouldn't have to worry about the road. And that culvert is not in my driveway. It's on the end of the driveway in the road.
Got any more to comment on?
No comment.
All right, is there a drainage problem coming down?
Yeah, the road is really bad. It has way too many houses on it. It's had an increase in traffic because there's a daycare center and all this stuff. And the excessive rain that we got this summer really did a number on it.
Yeah.
And I can't do anything about it because the locations of the houses are all in the lower areas. So if I do anything exiting the road, I infect everybody's property with silt. Compared to other roads in town, it's a tough one because it's so narrow that there isn't anything I could do. So short of paving, which would be crazy. So it's just, I leave it to you guys to decide what you want to do, because the driveway, I mean, the road itself is angled away from the driveway, which makes an excessive right dig out on the other side from Hill Road. And it just is what it is. I don't,
Okay,
I've got no answer.
okay,
Can I just say one more thing?
sure.
My house has been there for 20 plus years. There's no other new houses. On the hill. So I don't know about all the new houses because all those houses have been there for 20 plus years. So the road has been the same road. And we've never had an issue and it's just starting. And then can I also add, there's this big, whoever graded the road last time, I don't know who it was, they decided to leave this big berm of dirt in front of our driveway. I don't know if they're trying to make the water go away. I'm not sure what that is, what that's for. But now when I drive into my driveway, I've got a speed bump to get into my driveway, which is always fun, so I don't know. I don't know what the issue is, but I wish there was no issue, but we're having issues. No, I mean, come on. The road needs to be maintained better and it's not being maintained the way it should be.
Just want my driveway to be repaired and working properly.
Okay, any board comments here?
The culvert. You say you want it out?
I just want my driveway to not wash away. We discussed the culvert thinking that would be a problem solver. It was Steve. But Steve said that Kent said, get the pipe, which, whatever, I got the pipe. And we'll put it in. So I got the pipe. They put it in.
How big a culvert was it?
It's 15. No,
Wow,
it's a 12.
12, okay.
Still substantially good size for
Yeah.
a driveway.
One more issue. After the fact, that Friday morning, when I saw that person and I asked him if they were going to come by and fix it, and I was told, no, he's not. I found it interesting that Friday night, my husband and I both saw Kent driving by our house, nice and slow. And I said, well, why is he driving by my house on a Friday night? Did he not look at it prior to saying no? Or did he just say no?
I went up the street to the fellow doing the construction up the street because he had water issues too. Norm?
Anyway,
you-
just wanted to make that point
these
that
folks-
people were doing drive-bys.
These,
We turned around. and came back down.
yeah, these folks think that there's some cabal going on and yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
I just
So
want it
let's,
fixed.
well, how do you want to solve it? I'm not
How do you want to
changing.
How do you want to solve it?
I can't, I'm not going to change anything that I'm doing now because it's fine. It's been working fine. It's not working for them because they're in a bad spot.
Well, do you guys want the culvert out?
Right now, all the water comes down the hill into where the makeshift culvert used to be, and it's washing out my driveway.
Okay, where else could that water go? Is there
Ask the
any-
road agent.
That's what I'm looking at, Kent.
It's extremely narrow right there. And currently most of it goes to the left and goes around the corner and cuts through the corner. And then they get the usual on the right. And that last big July storm really socked it to their culvert. It's because they're downhill of everybody. You gotta go out and shovel that out almost every storm. That road is that messed up.
Okay,
Thing. I've lived there for 20+ years. I haven't had an issue until now. It's washed out a little bit here and there, and we brought it up, and now it's washing out more.
Ivy, you want to comment? Microphone?
Yeah. As a homeowner, I have experienced similar problems and I've looked at diversion and how it can be diverted myself. I haven't really thought of it as a town problem. And so I guess I'm wondering why this is a town problem and not your own.
It's a town problem because the road is not being maintained properly. And all the sediment and dirt from the road is washing into my driveway.
Okay, we can't do this because we have people online that want to know what's going on. And we're having a private conversation in the middle of a meeting,
Yeah.
so we can't do this.
We're showing her the pictures of the erosion as a homeowner.
Yeah, take the microphone with you. Okay, we're gonna have to do some kind of review. We'll have to take a look at it. I'll go over and take a look at the road. Don't have any answer for you right now. Unless you want the culvert out, we'll tell Kent to take the culvert out if you
I
want.
just want it fixed. I want my driveway to not wash away.
Hmm.
Okay, like it used to.
That was gonna fix it. It made it worse. You want me to say that in the microphone so people can hear me? what did I just say? Yes, I was told it would resolve the problem. It's made it worse.
Okay. We'll take a look. That's all we can say right now. We'll do a drive-by.
Oh, fun. Make sure you drive nice and slow and wave. We live on a dead end.
In Kent's defense, Kent drives all over town.
I've,
It's miserable to get behind him because he goes 5 miles an hour because he's looking at every road,
Yes.
every crack, every crevice,
Mhm.
and it drives me nuts. But that's his job. That's what he does.
Okay, well, in my defense, I found it odd that I've never seen this man in my road driving his personal car down my road at 5:30, 6 o'clock at night, going really slow by my house. I just found that odd.
Just telling you what I know.
No, that's fine.
it's-
That's fine.
It's
I
regular.
just found it, odd. I felt, you know what I felt like? I felt like he was kind of thinking, well, maybe I shouldn't have said no. Maybe I should have looked at it first. That's the impression I got.
We can neither confirm nor deny that. We weren't
Yeah.
there. Okay. All righty.
When do you think we'll have an answer?
We're not before the next select board meeting because we have to do it. in
When is
public.
that?
2 weeks.
So will we know when you look at it? So we can be with you?
I mean, I can stop by during the evenings. If that works for you guys, I'll just
Yeah,
pull in and let you know I'm there. I don't know what these guys here do. They have more time than I do, but.
I'll stop by there.
Yeah, I'll certainly drive by
Won't bother anybody.
I don't know.
40 Brown Road.
First house on the left.
on Brown Road. Okay.
Can't miss it, right on the corner.
All righty.
One more comment. And this is not from you guys. This is just basic practice for highways in general. We need to stay off of, and this is to Kent, we need to stay off of private property.
Yeah.
And your driveway is your property. It's not the town's. We have a right of way in the road. We have to maintain that, which we're gonna talk about afterwards, right? But I would just want Kent to know that, I mean, between us and the insurance company, that no more favors, no more culverts, no more getting on people's property. We just cannot go that route anymore.
Yeah, we got beat up by the insurance company over some of this stuff. And remember when the town used to plow driveways,
Oh, yeah, that
the
was great.
state shut us down on that one.
Mhm. That's why we moved to Temple.
Okay.
It wasn't a favor. Just, I heard you say it was a favor. It was not a favor. We did not ask
I'm
anybody for a
I'm not saying
favor.
it was you
Okay,
guys. I'm just
But
saying
what I'm
in-
also
in general.
saying is that it's not in our driveway. It's in the road. This
Okay.
is where this culvert is.
Right at the property.
So there you go.
Okay.
Thank you, your highnesses.
Next up, Jetta Grove donation. This is our annual. In lieu of taxes, Jetta Grove gives us money. I don't know why they don't want to pay the taxes. I might as well do that, but hey, we'll take the money.
When they first came on, there was a big thing is they didn't want to be stuck with that, and they would gift us the town's portion
Right.
of the tax money for services that you maintain the road, plowing the road and all that stuff. So that's why they give us an annual gift. They do want to pay their share. They just didn't want to get stuck with it. And so far, they've been great. They've never missed a year. Every year we get the same check.
Yep.
So.
And the check is attached.
Want to make that clear to everybody, and we just have to accept the money.
Okay, we've got 3 building permit approvals. Yet another one from,
Who's Emily's?
yeah, I'm not sure I know who this person is. It's from Emily Siliak.
So we've checked, it's been signed off. Has it been signed off, Carol? I got Willie's
Sure.
signature. We're waiting for Kent and Pete's. And I see we have a septic plan as well.
Does it need Kent to sign off on?
No, I need Pete.
Oh,
Pete,
Can't sign this. I can't sign.
okay.
Well-
Does it go on onto 101?
Sign it.
Yeah, so the state had to approve that, right?
yeah, anything you do up there has to be done through the state. So you need to do the state driveway
You
thing.
gotta hold on to this. thing.
No, you're gonna send
Yeah,
it.
okay.
And I'll give
Yeah,
it-
so it must have been approved in the past. Yeah, okay.
I got his email, his wife's email, and her.
I know.
Okay, motion to accept the permit.
Second,
Pending Pete's signature.
yep, second, all in favor?
Aye.
What's today, Tuesday? Carol's not in on Wednesday, so Thursday.
I can get Pete,
Yeah, if you can get Pete.
yeah, Pete. I emailed him, his wife said I will remind him. And then he's sent me something over for a different property, so I said.
But you
that's
have Emily's email, so you can
Oh, I'll
let her
them
know when it's ready.
ready. I'll try and track them.
All right. Next up, solar, yet another solar permit, roof mount. Packer. East Road.
Again, it's a roof mount, so there's no issue with being in the right of ways or.
Right. These roof mount solars
within-
are basically
within your
automatic. approvals.
35 feet, so. And I see, this is probably the saddest example of a solar permit that I've seen, because normally they send you the labels and everything.
I've given you a copy of everything, then it's the pocket, right?
Are they doing a self-install?
Oh, okay,
That's probably what the-
that's,
stuff he-
yep, no,
Oh,
that's fine.
Yeah, that's the pile. All right.
I just didn't see it before now, so a motion to accept this and
Second, all in
issue the
favor?
permit.
Aye.
Aye. One more permit, building permit app Robinson, 193 on Route 45, new construction.
Got the wheel and I need tent and peak on that. The new construction on 193 New Hampshire Route 45.
Yeah, they're gonna need a state driveway permit.
Maybe that was. I actually saw that, yeah. So I just put CSA. Yeah, so that's what that is. Yeah. State driveway permit. Okay, yeah. So that's all set. So just Pete again.
That's up the top of the hill.
These says the entire, complete construction plans. Does he have his state permit?
Yeah.
Yes.
it's there.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, yeah, I see it right here. Driveway permit. Okay.
I believe they're all set.
We vote on this one?
Did you vote on it, one?
I move we accept the building permit application for Robinson Stone Lane, pending,
No, it's not Stone Lane, it's Route
No,
45. That's where they live now.
okay, Route 45. Pending. Pete got to sign this one? Yeah, pending Pete's signature. All in favor? Is there a second?
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
All righty, there it is. We're on to minutes.
I only had one thing on the minutes. Second page, under appoint members to the Newtown Garage Study Committee.
Okay,
The second to the last sentence, it says, after everybody's name, the new Highway Garage Study Group Committee for a term of 1 year with no new members allowed after today.
yeah, it should be no new members allowed without committee approval. Or something like that.
Yeah, because that doesn't sound right, and it's not. I mean, if somebody drops out and they want to replace them, that should be there.
Right, it's actually more, yeah, with no new members until the committee establishes policies for members.
Which I believe they've done.
Okay,
That's the only thing I had.
George, you got anything?
no, I don't.
I move we accept the minutes as amended.
Second,
All in favor?
aye.
Aye. I move we adjourn the meeting. Is there a-
Anybody
hold
else
on,
have
hold
anything?
on. Got a troublemaker here.
Yeah.
Is it on?
You know what? Everybody keeps turning that thing off.
It's just pressure
Takes it
fit.
right out.
It comes out if you pull hard.
I apologize for being late. We were at the Flying High Dogs.
Oh, yes.
Was here to see what you were doing about the flag policy. Could I get an update before? you
Yes, we
adjourn?
discussed that. We have a flag policy. I didn't give it to Carol in time to get it on the agenda. It says what we originally said. No flags or banners other than national flag, state flag, town flag, which you don't have, or official town banners. And that's good enough wording. So that's what we're going to adopt.
Okay, so at the next meeting, you'll vote on that.
Yep. And then we'll be done with it.
Would you like a copy in the meantime?
No, thank you.
I basically said exactly what it is. It's just a couple of sentences.
I think.
The which?
Prisoner of war, missing in action.
Oh, that's official town flag, covered under official town flag. Fine, I'll stick it in there if it makes you happy. Oh, okay. I don't think so. I think that got taken out, but anyway, I'll check. Oh,
Got my
Sure.
pen right here.
we don't bite, really. Unless you don't come up, then Case will come out there and bite you.
Come on, it's bad enough that you had to come and sit through this meeting. At least you can come up here and get a signature. It'll never be worth anything, but I'll sign it for you. What do you need, hon?
Your first name Baskel? No?
Printed it out too, so
Well, I'll sign it for you.
we can they don't think you're scribbling like I do.
George, you want to sign too?
Sure.
You're the first one.
Yeah.
To get our signatures
That's right.
anyway.
Probably the only one. Oh, okay.
You're just mom.
on the agenda? I'm not sure what.
My honor.
It's not on the agenda. It's something that the library is doing a
Scavenger hunt.
scavenger hunt.
Oh, scavenger.
Yep.
Yeah, the paper came out. to do.
Oh, she wants your signature too, Carol.
Anywhere?
Right there where we all signed.
Good work.
You're welcome. I have a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned. Good
Thank
night,
you.
everybody.